2019 starts off with a bang for pop marketing and maybe the most impressive pop culture crossover ever put on film. And in a TV advertisement, no less. Who is this daring brand that crossed the streams, moved heaven and earth, and created this before thought uncreatable pop marketing crossover boondoggle? Who else could it be but Walmart? Walmart? Yeah, Walmart stuns us all, making the impossible possible with a TV spot that debuted on the Golden Globe Awards this year, which was a pretty cool contextual play to get in front of nerds anyway. Pimping their car-side delivery service with iconic pop culture vehicles from our childhood that spans cartoons, movies, and toys from all over the place, joining forces in a Walmart parking lot to pick up their groceries. The idea is simple enough, but the real jaw-dropper, and the part that really deserves the old slow clap from the internet, is the bureaucratic superpowers that these lawyers probably had to go through to get all these franchises into one spot. I think this is the first time this many IPs have been on screen since probably Ready Player One came out in 2017. So the Walmart marketing team partnered with, let's count it out, Universal, Disney, Warner Brothers, Sony Pictures, and Hasbro all at the same time. That's a lot of partnerships. That's not what we would call fun. Today on the Pop 100, I'm going to break down the Walmart spot and count down all 12. That's 12. I did another episode that I said 13, but we will never speak of that again. It is the 12 iconic pop cars featured in that spot. Starting with, of course, number one, the Batmobile. The Batmobile is the first pop vehicle to make an appearance in the commercial, one of the most iconic vehicles in comics, TV, and cinematic history. They ended up skipping the nostalgic play, deciding to go with the most recent rendition of this vehicle. All of the Batfleck jokes aside, there's no mistaking it for anything else, and it's a hell of a way to grab attention quickly. Number two, the Ecto-1. Driving right out of the original Ghostbusters movie, they didn't take the most modern version from the 2016 movie, but instead went with the nostalgic 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor. Number three, the Kit 2000. Yes, that all-black 1982 Pontiac Trans Am that is Kit, the Knight Industry 2000, and the star of the show Knight Rider that launched David Hasselhoff's meteoric career in Germany. We even get a cameo appearance of Kit's voice. That was portrayed by William Daniels, who was the voice of the original Kit on the 80s TV series. A very nice detail that isn't lost on this pop marketer or the nerd audience that loved it. So bravo to Wally World on that little bit. Number four, Lightning McQueen. Yep, Pixar gets in on the action with a brief appearance of Lightning McQueen from the Cars cartoon franchise, which is probably just a nod to the sheer toy aisle domination that Cars Toys has at Walmart for the past decade or so. Number five, the Mutt Cut van. A very welcome surprise of the Mutt Cut's Shaggin' Wagon for one of my favorite comedies of all time, Dumb and Dumber. Number six, Family Vacation Station Wagon. No iconic car collection is complete without the addition of this legendary Wagon Queen family truckster. From the original National Lampoon's Vacation, it took the Griswolds on their first trip to Wally World in 1983. Number seven, the Mystery Machine, man. My personal childhood dream car, the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. A very small note, despite a popular belief, the van was not modeled after the VW bus from the 60s, proving, once again, that brands of the past were very much non-understanding of the power of pop marketing. Ruh-roh. Yep, I did that. Number eight, the Jurassic Park Tour SUV. Yes, this colorful and jungled out Ford Explorer, which they chose over the other fan favorite Jeep. A bonus cameo of some very small dinosaurs in the back, known as Compsognathus, which actually didn't appear until 1997's Lost World, and that movie did not feature the tour trucks, folks. That's one point against you, Walmart. Seriously, sorry, it's so nerdy, but it is infuriating. Number 9, Cinderella's Pumpkin. Disney makes another solid entry with Cinderella's Enchanted Pumpkin Coach, which, even though isn't necessarily a car, it's an iconic form of transportation that debuted in the 1950 animated movie and also made an appearance in the modern live version action remake that I've seen 500 times with my daughter. On to number 10, the Flintstones car is our favorite foot-powered and very green sedan. A nod to the baby boomers in the audience and one of my least favorite cartoons ever. As a child, I had no idea that it was made for adults. It was like watching a really boring Simpsons episode where I was constantly playing for the Great Gazoo just to go ahead and zap Fred from this plane of existence. Can you say toxic masculinity much? Number 11, Bumblebee, from 80s Transformers fame, and I was actually pretty happy to see the throwback VW from the original toy and the last summer movie. And last, but certainly not least, number 12, the Back to the Future DeLorean. Finally, the granddaddy of all iconic 80s artifacts, the DeLorean from Back to the Future swoops into the commercial, but it really puts a nice little bow on the spot for me. And that was it. The 12 vehicles, the 5 partnerships, tons and tons of money, and many, many meetings between tons and tons of lawyers. And Walmart, you've raised the bar on pop marketing crossovers forever. Probably using more than a few of your favors, but job well done, and maybe one of the only few brands in the world that could actually pull it off. We salute you. We give you a pop marketing salute, if that exists. So what vehicles did they miss? What should have been in there? Let's talk about it in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the whole thing. I'm Joe Cox. This is the Pop 100. Visit me at pop-marketer.com and sign up to my weekly newsletter, The Weekly Zeitgeist, to see what other things are going on in the world between pop culture and marketing. And until then, great ones. Later, Gators.